Well, happy 2024 to you, as it is the first day of the new year. We have new event and we have a new collection today. So this is the brand new Snowglobe Maze Event, and as usual, the dragons that you see in your maze are going to be different to the dragons that I see, but I have put together a quick guide for which items you can find on which path, and essentially the best path this time, as usual, is going to be the keys path. And what I mean by the keys path is you see the first unlocked dragon, you go down this purple path, and then you'll see a key, then you continue on the keys path. This path has the best items in this event, but just to very quickly go through how much each of the paths in this Snowglobe Maze event are, because you can get stuff like holiday chests, which give baubles, you can get snug chests, which give event items, and you can get these new seabed fossils, which are used to get a specific mythic dragon. But the guide is here in my DC event guide section, so the costs are quite simple to see. Keys path is 10,830, which has 9 snug chests, 7 holiday chests, 15 seabed fossils plus insignias, which sounds like quite a lot. The first legendary path, which is the legendary that unlocks after the first day, is 8,165, and that has 4 snug chests and 3 holiday chests only. And then the second legendary, which unlocks after 2 days, is 6,720 currency, but there's only 2 snug chests on it. So overall, since we've only got 1 day resets for 600 currency, you can get 1,800 from resets, you can get 4,100 maze coins from quests, and if you did save your flight stamps for the runner event, you can get 3,000 maze coins from runner. So you can essentially get, like, what is that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,800-ish without ads, which isn't going to be enough to finish the keys path, but you can still make nice work of it. So you can finish the other 2 paths if you want. I don't really recommend them unless you can go through and pick up an extra chest really for cheap by going through the other paths. If you do want to see these costs, they are also on Deet list. They just don't tell you how many event items you can get. But if you want a specific holiday chest for cheap, like when the Arctic/1 day dragon unlocks, you'll see that there is a snug chest for 470 currency and a holiday chest for 650. So if you really want to maximize the amount of snug chests that you get, then one thing that you can do is you can go as far as you can in the keys path, and then if your next snug chest, for instance, is going to be really, really expensive, like here, like that's 1,500 currency, and then there isn't another snug chest until 4,400, instead then you could swap over to the Arctic path, pick up a snug chest, and then maybe that's an extra snug chest that you wouldn't have got otherwise. But anyway, it's like the same as usual with this sort of costing maze event, but the Piety, Arctic, and Polar Sorceress, which are shown on the Deet list and Ditlep website, they won't necessarily be the same dragons that you see. They're not the dragons that I see in my event, for instance. The 1 day dragon for me is Aquarel, whereas on here it's Arctic, and then the 2 day dragon, so the one that unlocks in 2 days for me, is Spleenful, which is very different to the ones on there. But either way, that is the reason why I recommend the keys path, because there are just so many more items available in the keys path. And the new collection that we have relating to this is the Enchanted Collection, which has the Seabed dragon in it, which honestly, I'm a big fan of him. I think he's very cute. I like him. But to get this dragon, you need to collect these seabed fossils, and it tells you the way to get seabed fossils is by getting them in Saving Snowglobia Part 2, Happy New Sphere, and Twisted Tail Maze Island. So you'll need to keep picking up these seabed items, and you can get orbs for the dragon, joker orbs, like that's could be 100 jokers, and if you did get 55 of them, you'd get 500 orbs, but this isn't really doable free to play, but the other 2 definitely are, so you can easily get the other 2 finished. The other collection that we do have today is the Dragon TV collection, and so in the new Dragon TV collection, you could get your hands on Fragmented Karma, you could get Determination Karma, you could get Kung Flow Karma, and you could get Hex. This is a very nutty display of potential dragons, or you could get Elder. So best of luck when you are watching your ads getting these gold coins today. And of course, on top of that, we do also have ads today in here that give you your flight stamps, so make sure you are watching those. But like I mentioned before, with the amount of currency that you can get from the maze, it is very, very important that you do your quests, because the quests are where you will get a big chunk of the currency. So please make sure that you get your maze coins from the quests. If you don't get your maze coins from the quest, you will barely get any currency to unlock anything, which is the difference between how it used to be and how it is now, which I guess technically it's slightly more effort to log in for the resets for the currency, but you're also getting free rank ups for your dragons when you're doing these quests, which I think is a good change. And you know, you just get a flat 300 for doing that. But it's really easy to collect all of your maze currency for each reset. Literally just like click all of your habitats, like you could do it with your boy Speedy and Greedy over here. There you go, we've collected all of our resources. We'll easily get enough from that. Or you can just feed up a level 1 dragon and then there you go. But now it is a good time to be doing your runner event, because before I said don't do your runner event runs yet because you want this currency to change. And you'll see now if you check the roulette chest, these have changed over to maze currency. So before it was grid coins, we didn't want grid coins, and now we get the currency that we actually want from this. So there is that, although I haven't really been logging in for runner event, I just could not be bothered with the quests. So I'm gonna hate myself when I end up missing out on some good rewards this time. But after the high corrupted time race, I could not really be bothered to log in like crazy. I didn't even log in for my high treasure ads, if I'm being honest. I did to start with, and then I just got so lazy I didn't even log in for my determination karma holo yesterday, just to give you some perspective. Speaking of which, yes, determination karma is indeed in the wizard's holo, which makes it a very nice holo. And people have been asking me like crazy, is it worth gemming? Is it worth gemming? Look, it is determination karma. Determination karma is still a karma. Even though I'm not a fan of karmas, I get that they can be insane, and normally you'd throw like Phoenix plus health perks on them just to get as many blocks as possible. We also do have Phoenix perk chests, which have Jokers or Phoenix perks in them, which is nice, and there's some more perks in the other one, but you probably won't be getting too many of those times 15 blue runes, so primarily you'd just be playing these Wizards Holo runs, hoping that you get to room 50, and then any additional perks on the way, well, take them. But if there's ever going to be a holo where you want to consider gemming, I'd say it's holos where you are either guaranteed gems back on your way through for opening X amount of chests, or it's where you just really want to take a chance at the dragon and you get lucky on your way through. I'm not going to be spending gems because we really don't have the gems to spend right now, so I'm going to just be chilling out, to be honest with you. Like, it's all fine and dandy, but we've got our boy High Corrupted Time that we spent lots of gems on to get, well, like 300. It wasn't an insane amount. So I'm not gonna risk holo runs with 100 gems. Unless we got to like room 40 without running into a wizard, then I'd potentially be willing to spend gems, but otherwise it is just not worth it, because chances are you are just gonna run into multiple wizards before you get anywhere close and you're just gonna waste your gems, so I'm not doing it this time. It's one of those things where if you already have a certain amount of gems, like an existing supply, it's fine to sort of potentially waste them, but when you have very few gems, I just cannot recommend it. It's just such a potential waste, so it's not a good idea. I'm still waiting for our boy to come out of his empowerment as well. The other thing I didn't mention is that we do have quests for that new mythical as well, as usual. So when you do unlock the new mythical from collecting the Seabed items, you can unlock them and then do the quest, and then you can get bonus orbs for them, you can get some bonus gems. It's just nice additional gems if there's like a specific collection mythical you really like and you want to get bonus orbs for and free gems, you can. Of course, usually you have to fully empower them to get all the rewards, but you can still get some of them if you've got the food and you've got the resources to do it. So yeah, there is that. I stopped logging in completely. Even though I was in first position, I just stopped logging in completely, so I did not get the rewards that I probably should have from Rush. You know, it's been really easy with Open Masters. It's just High Corrupted Time Race did kill me a little bit inside, so I've had a couple of days really of just chillaxing, and we go from here. And that's the thing with this game. You don't have to constantly always be doing stuff. You don't have to do that. You can just sometimes, you know, pick when you want to have a little resty, have a little bit of a break. You will end up, if you ever do that, missing out on lots of nice bonus rewards, 100% you will. But it's not the end of the world. We missed out on the Joker orbs and the free heroic treasure, which does kind of suck, but I already got a duplicate high treasure recently that I even recalled, so it's not like it's the end of the world. So I'd say it's a good chance to pick your times when you want to go slightly inactive, have a little break, that sort of thing. Of course, if you're in an alliance, I'd still recommend at least scoring in your alliance, but maybe just ignore everything else while you just go and have an IRL nap, per se. Speaking of which, I should do my league battles for our alliance right now just to make sure that we definitely get that level 6 chest, but we got our gems unlocked via the pass as well, which is lovely. We'll get some more of the new insignias, and you know, we'll get the insignias from the maze event as well. But I guess I should go and spend my currency in the maze event for what we have so far. It's very, very simple. The only dragon that's unlocked right now is the Keys Path dragon. So just go down the Keys Path. It's nice and chill. You don't have to think about it too much. And one thing for new players I will say when you look at maze events, just don't even look at the maze events. Like, if you start zooming out and looking at all the different pathways, it starts to look really confusing. Like, what is this? What is going on? Just don't do that. Just use the buttons on the left, on the right hand side, I mean. Like, just click that little, what's it called? You know, the, oh god, I'm gonna have to watch this ad. Magnifying glass, that was the word. See, I took a little ad break, we come back and I remember a word. I'm not completely stupid. Woo! That's great. But anyway, getting ×2 on the ads for the first item of the day is always wonderful. I love it. And then, of course, we're going to get our holiday chest. We're going to get more orbs for Duo Dive, which, as you can see, my Duo Dive is currently E3. I don't really want to spend more food on the dragon is the only problem, but, you know, at least getting a free empowered dragon is pretty nice. Maybe I will feed him up a little bit, get some more orbs, maybe we'll get E4 for free, which, you know, E4 on a random dragon, it's not going to be the best use of your resources ever, but usually, especially with dragons that have double elements, like just think Cosmic Detonation, even though it's one less element that you have total on that dragon, they can do really well in specific arenas because they don't just get one boost, they get double boosts. And that's where you can really use them to your advantage, where you get double boosts, and some really unexpected dragons in those cases can actually do some really, really nice work. It's one of the main reasons, on top of everything else, with Cosmic Detonation being free, breedable, that sort of thing, and his skill, that's another reason why he can be used quite well in certain arenas, because he gets the double boost. So that's something else that you should definitely take into account when you are thinking about dragons to add to your team, especially if you're thinking about which free-to-play breedables and such to add. And, you know, Duo Dive, maybe we'll use him one day for one of the arenas like Ice Arena or something, but you know, for now it's just the sake of we have him to be empowered, we might as well empower him, so I'll decide soon. But make our way through with our currency here. It's gonna be annoying when you don't really get the currency from, you know, the 8-hour resets as we normally would, but at least we do have the quests, so it doesn't feel like we completely just have to wait days to get any additional currency. But I know that now with Maze it feels a bit sluggish with the 1-day resets, so I get it. It's just since the reset changes it feels slower, which I don't mind because I don't have to log in and worry about the resets in the actual event too much, just as long as we do those quests, but it just feels a little bit slow these days. But once we get some more currency, we can pick up our seabed, we can get our holiday chest, we can get, just look at this, what a nice selection for every upcoming tile here. Look at that, that is so nice. That is why you do the keys path right here for this. Like, even if you don't really care about the mythical, you might as well get it. The holiday chest is just free empowerment and potentially loads of orbs for other dragons, and the snug chests, of course, have the event items, so I recommend picking up those. So yeah, we have a very nice selection of items coming up, and that means that we get our free stuff and we get our mythical egg chest finally from Snowglobe Part 2. So let's open it up, see what we get. We get Far West. I don't think I have him, and if I don't have him, that means that that was a successful mythical chest, so I will take it. Now, we do have enough vials for this part of the collection. The only thing is getting another 8 North Pole signposts is a big ask, especially since I've been a little bit inactive. It's probably not going to happen. But, you know, we are going to get quite a few event items from the maze. We can also get them from Arena. So maybe if we just hard grind the arena. Whew, that hurt me internally. But anyway, there we go. 40 more orbs of Duo Dive. If we did get to 30, we could have gotten more orbs of Halo. It's probably not going to happen at this point, but, you know, we did do good progress with Duo Dive at this point. How many more orbs do we actually have? Do we have any more? I'm going to just search Dive, and we should be able to find him. 244 out of 100. So we should be able to, if we keep grinding out these holiday chests, we should be able to actually empower him again. It's just a lot of grinding at the moment for just orbs that don't really mean much, but you might as well get them, you know? We got nothing of value in the breeding event at the moment, but, you know, we did get High Diabolical from breeding the other day, so I'm a happy chappy in that regard. And then the only other real thing that we got going on at the moment is just runner event in general, so make sure you're doing your quests here. We've got hatching eggs and collecting food to do this time. Collecting food is obviously easy, and hatching eggs, since we've got 7 hours to go, what we can do is we could just pop in a bunch of War Dragon eggs and then either use one of our time skips or just wait the whole 7 hours and come back right at the end of the reset and then get these bad boys hatched. How many do we need actually? We need 5 of them. So if I was to pop in another one of these, then we should be able to get this cleared then. It's just make sure when you do this that you have enough time skips or that you time it properly, because otherwise if you like put in a 7-hour timer and then you forget to log in and there's only 7 hours 31, well, yeah, then you've screwed yourself over. If you don't want to wait all of this amount of time or you can't log in, of course, just do it with Terra eggs, but the good old war strat is much, much nicer on the soul, which is why I do that. But anywho, skis, I'm going to try this breed one more time. If you're wondering what the heck I'm trying to breed in the sanctuary right here, it is one of the sanctuary dragons. It's actually the epic, but it's not happening. I keep getting this 11-hour breed over and over and over again, and it's beginning to annoy me. But this is the reason why I hate all sanctuary breedables. All of them are like this. It doesn't even matter whether they're legendary or not. They are just a pain in the butt cheeks, which is why I've been summoning a lot of them. And a lot of people will be like, whoa, why would you summon sanctuary dragons? It's exactly this reason. But anyway, do we have one more battle that we can do with a time dragon here just so that we can get, oh god, the problem is our main guys here, they don't have time in them, and I really want to get that plus 200 for our pass right here, because like I can do this battle, but the question is, do I want to refresh and see if we can get a time dragon used instead? Oh god, that is a scary, scary dragon. But there is only a level 40 there for that one. How about we try it out? Because we do have a time dragon somewhere, right? Multi-Tug Tina. We do have Multi-Tug Tina. Maybe we'll take Explodey Boy Bob, because he will give us an additional turn, so maybe we'll just do that. And he can at least take out Rodney here. Actually, do we want to do that, or do we just want to try and save his double time skips? I'm going to save it, actually. We're going to do Black Hole against Rodney over here, and then we're going to get Splashy coming in. That's fine for Drowning Deluge. I'm going to leech it up, and we do like that amount of damage. That's fine. Then I'm going to Black Hole the rest of him, and then we're going to be left with your boy Prideful, who doesn't have big boosts this time, so it's actually not that bad. And I forgot that, oh, balls! That is not the move I wanted to use. It's okay though. It's okay. I thought he was going to have slightly more HP than that, but it's okay. That was a little fat finger. Don't worry about me. Anyway, we unlocked what we wanted to out of our pass here. Of course, we should be doing all of our tasks, but it's mainly we can get the chest opened here. So I'm going to get our bonus insignias. We're going to get our chest opened. How are we doing in this purple chest? This could be huge. This could be nothing. Oh, I would love to get free Harpy Plasma. I really would, but I know it's not going to happen. So let's open this bad boy up. 100 orbs of high redemption, Norn. You know what? That could have been worse. I'll take it. You know, you can use these orbs for trading, so that could have been a lot worse. Of course, we could have just gotten a dragon outright, but I would say times 100 over heroic VIP is actually not too bad. I think the only problem with Norn is that I don't actually have that many orbs, so if you do get a drop like that, let's have a look at how many Norns we've got. We got Yeah, those are our only 100 actually. I must have traded them off for something else. Well, either way, we can use them for some sort of trading. If we want a specific heroic VIP, we can go for that. We do also have the silver chest that we can open here for the plasmas. Let's have a look. What do we get? Heroic trade essence. That was not what I wanted. I've got quite a lot of heroic trade essence now, actually. We have... where am I looking? 183 heroic trade essence. I really need to do some trading. I'm stacking up far too much. It's because, you know, the reason why I have so much heroic trade essence is because I didn't use any to E5 Necrea last time, and then of course we just had a high corrupted time race where we're not using it. So I've got a lot of heroic trade essence right now. That is a lot compared to what you'd think. 183 heroic trade essence is an insane amount. We can pretty much choose whichever dragon we want to get if we really want to. So getting more trading fodder is never a bad thing. Anyway, before I go, I guess I should do my league battles. I do have High Occult Titan being thrown in there just to generate some bonus orbs for him if we ever do get a dragon that we can easily last hit with. It's just sometimes we end up going against these enemies and we just can't get a reliable set of last hits with them. Like Rusty, High Occult Titan here. Of course, he's not fully ranked up. He's only level 45. But he is still a heroic VIP, so we might as well, you know, get the bonus orbs for him. It's just he ends up getting crit a lot against even the weak dragons, so then we just throw in our random guys. And I would like to put in more than one dragon that we can rank up. The only problem is sometimes you run into teams with like 3 Karmas, like 3 HMKs, and then when that happens, sometimes you will actually just lose if you don't have a bunch of level 70s or 70 equivalents just because of how screwed over you get via RNG. So I'm just too scared to put in more than one dragon that, like, put in less than one dragon, I mean, that is level 70. I've had bad experiences, okay? That's all that it comes down to. We shouldn't be able to KO Rocky here, right? Or Rocco? Oh, that was close. But this is the sort of mind games we have to play with ourselves to try and get free rank ups off league battles. It can be painful. It can be troublesome trying to get free rank ups on your dragons when they just, it can be very annoying with depending on who the enemies are. This time has been absolutely clean, however, so that's 3 free rank ups on this dragon. So, you know, on top of Facebook challenges, on top of quest battles, definitely also use your league battles to get free dragon rank ups as well, just because, well, you might as well, right? So I'm going to leech this boy just to one-shot him. He's going to come back, and I love Phoenix perk for ranking up. If you ever see a Phoenix perk, that's basically a free rank up, and that means that I'm a happy girl. So I do love me a Phoenix perk. I do also love me a Phoenix perk when we have a Reaper on. That's also a very nice time. Okay, he's not going to get one shot, but we're probably only going to get 2 KOs out of our boy here. That's okay. 2 KOs per league battle, I am fine with. So, goodbye Rusty, get another KO, die, and then we come back and we dab on this Rusty boy. So, yeah, I guess that's mostly everything that I wanted to go through for now. Of course, if you are confused about anything, you can check out my Discord server, you can check the websites, and you can also check the in-game news feed as well. Just remember that we do have another heroic race coming up in just a few days' time, so make sure that you are prepared for the upcoming heroic race. If you're wondering which heroic race it is because you are just like completely out of the loop, oh, and yeah, the runner event, make sure you use the website for that if you need to. But the next heroic race, none of this is certified official info, so I take all of this with a grain of salt, and I usually don't like speak about it early. But the only thing I will mention about this new High Aurasphere race, which was officially announced, is that there is the potential that this has gone back to the old style of heroic race. I'm not going to go into in-depth why yet, until the event's actually released, because maybe it will be like the High Necrea race. But we have reason to believe that this upcoming High Aurasphere race may not actually give you the potential to E5 this dragon like the recent heroic races are. Because, like, if you check my profile, you'll see that pretty much all of my dragons are like, well, the heroics anyway, they're all from the recent heroic races, giving free orbs, easy. Some I didn't even have to trade for, some I did trade for, like E4. But it looks like High Aurasphere may be going to a different style of event. So, in theory, that's a good thing, because unlike the High Necrea race where we had to, and High Ashwing where we had to absolutely, you know, grind our balls off, maybe we won't have to, because there wouldn't be a good reason to grind the High Aura Sphere race. But it also means that maybe we won't be getting E5 heroics after every race anymore, which is a very bad thing in another sense. So I'm not sure what to think at the moment. We'll see when the event is released, but it is coming in 3 days, so that will of course be once these events end, so the runner event and the maze event, once they end. So for now, I will just say keep up to date in what's going on with High Aura Sphere, but be prepared for changes compared to what we've been seeing recently. So anywho, skis, I do wish you the best of luck. Make sure you're doing all of your quests and all of your grinding and getting everything that you need, and I hope that you get all of the lovely drops that you need out of your snuggy chests and everything else. But for now, see ya.